Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by our channel. Tonight we are going to do what I call, or what we call, fish bread. So what it is it's a Pillsbury dough thin pizza crust that we're going to roll out. We're going to bake it a little bit, and then we've got some very simple ingredients. We got some olive oil, some onion, one onion, a jar of anchovies, a little bit of sugar, and an egg to brush the crust with. We're going to take the onion, we're going to saute it with this anchovies and a little bit of the olive oil, and then we're going to spread it all over that crust, and then we're going to bake it, and we're going to have a delicious stuffed bread at the end of the video. You could also use scrambled eggs and peppers and onions to put in this bread. You could also use pepperoni, make it like a little calzone or a stromboli. There's many different things you could do. This brings back childhood memories for me, growing up in an area where my grandfather came from, Rosetta, PA, which was a lot of Italian immigrants settled there. And we used to go to the local bakery in the late 60s, early 70s, and they would make these things nonstop. So kind of hard to find today, but if you love anchovies, this is delicious. So give it a try. It's very easy to make, and let's have at it. Just like that. That will work perfectly. And just about fills the pan. You don't have to like have any crust on this because we're going to roll it up, so actually goes a little beyond here. All right, I think this is about right. Just going to push that down. I'm going to take a little bit of this olive oil. I'm just going to put it on the top here. That spray on the bottom should cover it. I'm just going to brush this around very lightly. And then we're going to get it in the oven. I'm going to bake it. This is kind of depending on how hot your oven gets. I'm just going to bake it while it gets brown, but that you could still roll it as well. So this is my probably scam likely calling. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. All right, now we're going to make this anchovy paste. And what you want to do is you want to get these onions in first and get them sauteed, because what happens is when you start to cook the anchovies down, they'll melt very quickly. And you want to leave them a little bit chunky, not too chunky, but chunky enough. So we're going to get these onions sauteed. All right, now our onions are looking good. You want to get them kind of translucent, softened up a little bit. I don't know, Kelly, if you want to get a shot of that crust. This crust is kind of baked a bit now, but you can see that it's nice and pliable, so we'll be able to roll it up. I don't know, sometimes depending on how much filling I got, I may roll it lengthwise instead of widthwise, but we'll see. I'm going to put probably about a teaspoon of sugar in right now, just to get some sweetness in there to break up that saltiness of the anchovies. I'll use a 4-ounce jar of anchovies. Certainly you could use canned anchovies as well. I like to use the jars because, as you can see, the fillets stand up a little bit better. They're not as mushy as they are when you get them in a can. And I also like to just separate them and spread them apart a little bit. We're going to mush them up, but this will be good.
So you actually take them out of the oil?
Yeah, you could use the oil, I guess, that they're stored in, but I never do because I don't want it to get too overpowering with the oil. And turn our heat down a little bit. And of course, I have to save that little slice of anchovy for myself.
Do the test.
As Kelly would know, all I need is a loaf of crusty Italian bread, some butter, and a couple jars of anchovies, and I'm good for the day. You really want to get that flavor going in there. Now I turned the heat off. You can see how those anchovies are really, really starting to go here. Now in order to spread it, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Get a little bit of liquefaction in there. Alright, we're going to take this off the heat now and let it set, and we're going to prep our bread for the rest of the recipe. See how easy this is? Alright, we're going to take our spread.
So you just basically scatter it everywhere.
Yeah. Depends on how much you like anchovies. I would probably double this recipe if it was just for me. But as you know, anchovies are not one of your favorites.
No.
For sure. So you could be a little easy on it. You just want to get that flavoring in there.
So that's it. Just 2 simple ingredients.
Yep. 3. Olive oil, sugar. 4, I should say. Olive oil, sugar, onions. Get this spread out as best you can. And we're going to roll it lengthwise. Get everything in there. Wow, that tastes good. All right, and then all I'm going to do is roll it like this, and like this. Ooh, I done it a little bit there. Sorry, folks. Now, the other thing I do, we're going to take that egg wash. Okay, we're just going to brush all over with this egg wash. And I'm going to put this on a rack because what I want is I want this thing, the heat, to get all the way around it. And then we're going to get it back into the oven at 375 for about, let's say about, just you don't get too much egg wash where it gets soggy on there.
Yeah, just enough to just make it brown.
Oh, so much for that, huh?
But you are not going to use that pan anyways.
Yeah, I am actually, but that's okay.
We have scrambled eggs.
Yeah. These actually are farm fresh eggs from my brother's farm. So we use a lot of eggs around here because he gives us a lot of eggs and we eat them. Okay, so we got this all brushed up nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a rack and I'm actually going to set this on a rack.
Your spray is right here.
We're actually going to take this, we're going to put it on a rack so you want that piece to get all around there. So that little bit of egg mess won't really matter.
Nope.
And then we're going to get it back into the oven, like I said, at 375, probably for about 5-10 minutes. You'll know when it's done when this dough is nice and puffed up. All right, we have our bread. It's complete, and as you can see, it looks delicious. Look at that color on there.
Mm-hmm. And that was about 10 minutes.
Yep, about 10 minutes at 375.
Yep.
I'm just going to take it and set it over there and get rid of our scrambled eggs on the bottom of the pan that we spilled.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
And then
it smells fantastic.
We should probably let it cool down for a little bit.
Yeah.
But look how nice that is on the inside, guys. See, it's beautiful. You just get enough of that mixture in there. What I like to do is just get a little butter on the top. And I know I'm going to burn my mouth, but it's too good. Oh.
Is it good?
Just like when I was a kid. This is so good. If you're an anchovy lover, you got to try this out. It's very, very good. That Pillsbury dough makes it really easy. So Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for all your support. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button and give us a comment on the video on what you want to see. So after we made this nice fish bread, I think Kelly and I are going to go out for some Indian food. What do you think?
Sounds good.